However, during the meeting, a shout could be heard from outside. Wei's subordinates were arguing with strangers, challenging them to a fight. Wei Dinghai recognized the voice as his right-hand man and wondered what was happening outside. Noticing the disturbance, Junwoo asked what was going on. A friend of Zhang Yi explained that it was their soldiers having a disagreement. Junwoo suggested they settle such minor issues quickly, as there were bigger problems to deal with. Outside, the tension grew more intense. Despite the cold air, one of Junwoo's men asked why they were so nervous. The blonde-haired young man replied that they wouldn't back down from a challenge. His friend added that he hated being underestimated, especially by rural people from a small city. Wei's right-hand man thought they were arrogant. Even if they came from the south, that didn't make them the strongest. Junwoo's men were annoyed and eager to prove their strength. One of them enhanced his body using a body-strengthening ability. According to Uncle Yu, the young man from the southern region would be in trouble. Because Chen's power was unique, and he was a master of close combat. However, Lien believed the opponent was also skilled, judging by his breathing and movements. After the commentators gave their opinions, the fight began. Chen said he would place his finger somewhere his opponent wouldn't like. Hearing that, the opponent quickly advanced and kicked from behind. But what happened next was unexpected. Chen's body could stretch, and the kick was ineffective. He wrapped himself around his opponent and said that no matter how strong someone was, once he wrapped around them, there was no escape. Chen gave his opponent a choice: surrender and start cooperating. Instead of surrendering, Junwoo's subordinate turned his hand into a blade and slashed Chen's body. Although it could be cut, it wasn't injured. If his opponent refused to give up, his bones would eventually break. Uncle Yu stated the outcome was already clear, the victory was decided. However, to everyone's shock, the opponent suddenly faced Chen and spat a blade directly into Chen's left eye. Chen screamed in pain. The attack was deep. The opponent thought Chen's body was rubber. But apparently, his face was not, and that was disappointing. Uncle Yu was shocked by the sight. He suspected that Chen's eye wasn't made of rubber. If it was, Chen would now be blind. The victory was obvious. Junwoo's subordinate advised Chen to seek immediate medical attention so the wound wouldn't become fatal. Chen, defeated, returned to stop the bleeding. Now, he had to wear an eye patch. Since no one else challenged him, he hoped everyone would now understand their position. Back in the meeting room, Junwoo received information from the base commander and stated that it was useful. Zhang Yi also found the information valuable to better understand what others knew about the zombies. In his mind, he already knew the next step. Junwoo summarized their findings. Zombies attack crowded places to increase their numbers. In addition, the rat population and zombies exist in a symbiotic relationship. If zombies were wiped out, the rats would also disappear. Another important detail was that zombie groups displayed specific movement patterns, suggesting the presence of a leader. Zhang Yi called it the Zombie King, who controlled them all. However, Junwoo clarified that it was just a nickname, and that the individual was likely a mutant with strange abilities. Junwoo concluded that the only solution was to eliminate this Zombie King. He requested large forces to relocate most of the population, and avoid direct confrontation with the zombies to prevent further growth in their numbers. Zhang Yi asked what he should do, as he didn't have an underground base for protection. He felt frustrated because shelters had been provided for other groups, while the Snow sect was left vulnerable. Junwoo explained that the sect had many members, and should be capable of protecting themselves. With so many members, they should also have enough combat strength. This statement angered Zhang Yi, and he wanted to take drastic action. Junwoo slammed the table, emphasizing that they could only plan based on current conditions. Zhang Yi asked whether his group was expected to be sacrificed. If the other groups were hiding, the Snow sect would become the main target of the zombies. Zhang Yi listened calmly, seemingly enjoying the situation. The other base leaders also remained calm and didn't seem to care about the Snow sect's suffering. Hong Lian said that while the Snow sect had many people, they lacked skill and must now take responsibility for the ones without strength. Junwoo admitted that they couldn't hide those people, but they could still play other roles. Zhang Yi asked Junwoo what his plan was to resolve this issue. In truth, Junwoo didn't have an answer yet, but he promised to give one by the next day. He then ended the meeting and ordered the formation of a response team, ready to act the moment they received instructions. Everyone began to leave the meeting room. However, Junwoo signaled for Zhang Yi to stay behind. Junwoo wanted to speak privately with him and visit Zhang Yi's shelter. Zhang Yi replied that his place was nothing more than a reinforced house, not a real base, and visiting would be a waste of time. His refusal made Junwoo wonder if Zhang Yi was trying to prevent him from going there. Zhang Yi explained that wasn't the case. Junwoo acknowledged that his request might be surprising, given they had only just met, but asked Zhang Yi to consider that they were now allies without hostility. Junwoo added that there was no need to be defensive with him. He then stepped closer and quietly said that what he wanted to discuss was a way to eliminate the zombie horde, and that he possessed critical information Zhang Yi didn't know yet. After some insistence, Zhang Yi finally agreed to let Junwoo visit his shelter. The two of them then left the meeting building. Wei Dinghai was shocked to see his right-hand man with a bandage over his eye and head. He asked what had happened. Chen said it was nothing, just a small accident with some friends from the southern team. Junwoo had ordered his troops not to get involved in conflicts, but it seemed that order hadn't been followed. The blonde-haired young man explained that they felt disrespected, so they decided to fight to understand each other's strength. Junwoo said that wasn't an ideal solution and told them not to repeat it. Suddenly, thousands of zombies approached the meeting area to attack. The guards shouted that the number of zombies was overwhelming, and they were rapidly closing in. Tian, though not known for his intelligence, concluded that the earlier commotion had drawn the zombies' attention. With the zombies so close, the only option was to defeat them all. Wei Dinghai shouted that they had to kill every last one of them, because the information they had could fall into enemy hands. Everyone prepared to fight, but Junwoo calmly took command. He removed his sunglasses to reveal his power. Junwoo's eyes began to glow, though his expression remained strange. He then said one word: Nirvana. Junwoo shone like a supernova, blasting the entire surrounding area. Everyone was stunned by the blinding light, while his allies, already used to it, remained unfazed. With such a powerful and mysterious attack, the zombies were obliterated. Zhang Yi could barely see what was happening. Even the corpses couldn't escape destruction. The top base leaders, some of the strongest people there, couldn't hide their fear of Junwoo's power. Wei Dinghai pointed toward the blast site and shouted, asking everyone to look. He wasn't sure if he was hallucinating or seeing reality. With just one attack, the entire zombie force had been wiped out. Zhang Yi began to wonder who this man really was, and just how powerful he could be. Junwoo commented that a zombie assault like this should have been troublesome, but the captain had wiped them out effortlessly. One of his comrades said their leader had intentionally shown his strength, so that the base leaders would recognize the power of the Southern Investigation Team. Despite the strength of the attack, there seemed to be a cost, and Zhang Yi had surely noticed it. One man approached Junwoo to tell him not to push himself too far. Though Junwoo appeared calm, Zhang Yi suspected he might be suffering from an illness, perhaps even a terminal one, linked to his mutant powers. Once the brief battle ended, Junwoo ordered his soldiers to return and get ready. They needed to be prepared to cooperate when called. Zhang Yi approached Junwoo and said he looked slightly tired. He offered to have him examined, saying there were doctors at his place. Junwoo replied that there was no need to worry. It was just a habit, and all he needed was rest. Hearing that, Zhang Yi became even more convinced of his earlier suspicion. He then formally invited Junwoo to visit his shelter. On the way to Zhang Yi's base, inside the vehicle, the blonde-haired young man, whose name was revealed to be Wu Di, wondered aloud why his captain treated Zhang Yi so well. Could he be an illegitimate child, lost years ago? Junwoo replied that Zhang Yi was incredibly powerful, unmatched by the other group leaders. He referred to him as an exceptional seed. One of Junwoo's soldiers asked how he could be so sure that Zhang Yi was strong, especially since he had never seen him fight. Junwoo explained that he relied on his intuition and experience. He said that Zhang Yi's group was once one of the 4 great powers in the city, which meant their mutants were incredibly strong. Without hesitation, Junwoo claimed that Zhang Yi was the most competent and powerful, even managing to handle the zombie threat around his base. Everyone agreed and felt challenged by the idea of facing him. Junwoo warned them not to underestimate Zhang Yi, as he was far stronger than they imagined. This made Wu Di annoyed, and he asked what kind of abilities Zhang Yi possessed. Junwoo explained that Zhang Yi had spatial abilities, including teleportation. Even in the southern region, such a power was extremely rare and held immense strategic value. The deputy captain, Bai Li, now understood why their leader was treating Zhang Yi so favorably. It seemed Junwoo wanted to recruit Zhang Yi into their team. Junwoo stated that everything would depend on Zhang Yi's decision, but he would do whatever it took to invite him to join. Meanwhile, inside Zhang Yi's vehicle, the conversation was different. Zhang Yi expressed that these people were far stronger than he had originally imagined.